since Racing Queensland gave us a trial period to have a second meeting, it's just boomed. The industry's really boomed in Townsville. A lot of trainers have actually given up their jobs and made it a full-time job instead of just a hobby, and yeah, it was a trial period for a little while, and they really took it on board, and yeah, really produced and got a lot more dogs up here. And
when we had the second meeting, the numbers were a little bit low, and we were a little bit concerned about whether we'd be able to keep that second meeting, but then we sort of got things together, and Saturday meetings admittedly are better than the Friday meetings, but the increase is dramatic.
People were getting better dogs as well. A lot more trainers and owners are paying bigger prices for dogs now, so it's pretty hard to win a race in Townsville now. The quality's got so strong, and yeah, it's definitely gone ahead leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I noticed a big difference from when I first started to right now. The depth is quite strong right now. The top grade dogs are city class dogs, and they're paying good money for them. So if you're coming here expect to get a dog to go through the grades, you better be prepared to get a real handy one, because there's some real nice dogs around. But yeah, 2 meetings a week, they're really successful at the moment, and there's just seems to be lots of dogs in Townsville, so it's good. There's a lot of people doing hard work behind the scenes at the Townsville Greyhounds, so I'm really happy for them.
Not just the locals, it's wide-reaching. I have people ring me in the office while the meeting's in progress, asking me questions about, you know, what happened with that dog, and can you give me the time on that race, and this is from Melbourne and Western Australia, all over, as well as overseas as well. So a lot of our turnover comes from overseas as well, not just from Australia.
Yeah, I used to be on the panel of Racing Queensland. I used to always push the issue. We had a lot of not required dogs just for the one meeting, and had a lot of dogs trialling at that time, and we knew we could sustain a second meeting. And as I said, when we were lucky enough to get that trial period, it just boomed, and people did take on more dogs, and they weren't worried about not requiring a start, so they had a second option to race on the second meeting if they failed to get a start on the first one.
I think a return of a couple of trainers like Brad Belfer and that really set the standard high. He come back into training and brought some real quality dogs, which mean everyone else had to lift to get to that standard too. And then there's some new trainers that showed up as well, and it's just more depth and quality fields. So, and saying that, more trainers come, more people get involved, more people get in the committee. So it's just more people involved, and yeah, they're just taking leaps and bounds.
And when I see results, I want more results. So I've got a pretty big push behind all of that stuff. I try and support the owners and trainers, make sure the meetings are running properly, any money to be made.
Our local dogs now can definitely match it with the best of them down in Brisbane. I mean, a lot of dogs do come up to Townsville, and they do struggle to win races here as well, so the quality's got so much stronger up here. The 2 meetings we've got at the moment and the trial numbers we've got at the moment, they're just huge, and they keep on increasing every single week, so I think even at the moment we could have a third meeting and definitely sustain the numbers for a third meeting as well.